Good morning, it's MaryEllen from the channel MaryEllen After 60. And today I am going to talk about my fabulous birthday weekend with my best friend since 5th grade. Her name's MaryEllen. She lives in Texas, but that's all the information I'm going to be able to give out. She moved to our town from Houston, Texas when she was in 5th grade. And we just became best friends. I still had a lot of other friends. I have a best friend since birth. Our mothers were pregnant together. So I have been fortunate, and I still keep in touch and very close to all my childhood girlfriends. This was a very spur-of-the-moment getaway. I knew for sure I was going the Wednesday before I left on Sunday. And she had called and wanted to celebrate my 65th. She had celebrated hers in January. We decided to meet in St. Louis. We stayed at the Westin downtown, and I arrived before she did, so I checked in and kind of made myself comfortable, and she arrived a little bit later. Even though our paths are totally opposite, when she graduated from high school, she had applied and was accepted at Notre Dame, and it was the first year that it was a co-ed school. And after she froze her butt off for a year up in Notre Dame, she moved to Texas, went to undergrad school in, I think, Austin, and grad school in San Antonio. Well, I stayed here. I went to a junior college. I went to work, and I got married. But we have just remained such close friends. There were so many firsts I did with MaryEllen. After we graduated from 8th grade, we flew to Houston. I had never flown before. I can't tell you how much life insurance I bought for like 50 cents. But we flew to Houston, went down to Galveston, got my very first sunburn. I had never been crabbing before, and that's when I got my sunburn. We went to the Sanja Center Inn. We just had a ball, and we flew down and drove back up with a relative of hers. So I had never flown before. We just enjoyed all of our time together. Also, the first time I'd ever ridden in an Uber. After she got settled in, she had reservation at Charlie Gittos, I think, Gittos, on the hill in St. Louis. And I tell you what, they treated us royally. The first time I ever had a lemon drop martini. We had fabulous shrimp appetizers. I had the filet, I think it's pronounced nunzio. It's with a sauce and crab meat. It was delicious. Since it was my birthday, they brought a beautiful tiramisu. I love it, but I have never had one as good as that. And MaryEllen said she hadn't either. And she loves food just like I do, but she really likes nice restaurants, and it's just one of her passions. Okay, the next day on Monday, we had room service every morning for breakfast. We spent 3 nights there. But I knew she had done this. She booked hour-long facial and an hour-long full-body massage at the Ritz Carlton. The last time I had a facial was when she got married back in the 80s, and I was her matron of honor. It was in her town in Texas. I had a facial then, but the facial I had at the Ritz Carlton was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. 1 hour spent on your face. The esthetician was a pro, and she also told me, she said, there's nothing I can recommend for you. They also sell products there, but she was very impressed with my skin at 65. And I told her what I'd been doing, and a little later I shared with her that I had a YouTube channel. So that was fun. MaryEllen and I were acting silly. I was scared to death about my first full body massage. And I tell you, it was total luxury. Never had one before. Don't know if I ever will, but I just loved the experience. After we were pampered for 2 hours, we had lunch at the Ritz Carlton. I didn't take a picture of what I ate, but it was delicious, and it's just a beautiful place. We Ubered back to the other side of town to the Westin and chatted and had fun, and then her cousin's wife lives in Belleville, and she joined us, and in fact she drove us around. She wanted us to go to a bar called the 360, and I will put in pictures of it. It was lovely. The beautiful view of the city, the Gateway Arch. We took some photos there. We had one drink, and then we went to the Central West End. I had never been to the Central West End of St. Louis. I was so impressed. It reminded me, it was so quaint and lovely and had beautiful buildings and restaurants everywhere and really neat shops. We ended up eating at, I think it was called Gamlin Whiskey House. For appetizers, we had toasted ravioli, and they originated in St. Louis, and some fabulous crab cakes. They were so good. And then it was time to order our dinner, and I ordered the ribeye, and it came with some wonderful potatoes, and it had the blue cheese butter with it, and I ate a third of it and took the rest home. In fact, I brought it home to Jimmy. I like my steak medium rare, and it was perfect. We all drank champagne and had a great evening. The next morning was Tuesday. We had our breakfast in the room and coffee, and we stayed in our pajamas and we just talked. I took a couple of my annuals, my yearbooks, and we looked through those and just enjoyed each other. MaryEllen, see, my oldest grandchild is 21. She has 2 one-year-old grandchildren, and then she is expecting another one. So I have this grandmother. I've always been ahead of her in so many things, and she's always been ahead of me in so many things. It's just kind of interesting. I can remember when I had little children, you know, she would call, and she was single or she didn't have children, and she'd say, when you have some time and your kids aren't interrupted me, call me back. And she had to eat those words, because once she had children, she found out exactly what it's like to try to keep them quiet when you're have a conversation going. And for the grand finale, MaryEllen did it up fabulously. I mean, we went to Tony's downtown, and it is a beautiful, elegant restaurant. We had champagne. She ordered black caviar, and so this was a first for me. I had 2 toast points with caviar on it and the things that come along with it. And I thought it was very good. And I ordered a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous salad. It was spinach, fresh spinach, with the only thing on it was avocado and the creamiest Roquefort cheese in some sort of a vinaigrette. It was fabulous. Of course, everyone was dressed in black. All the wait staff was dressed in black, and they came to our table and kind of prepared the salads and warmed up the food. It doesn't sound fancy, but it really was fancy. But she sure did spoil me and show me a fabulous 65th birthday. I tell you, we just had a fabulous time. We always do. Something I wanted to mention. I'm going to be uploading a video this week or next week. And today I have on my Celebration Foundation, just the plain Celebration Foundation. And I'm kind of giving you a hint about something that's going to be coming up. I really like this. I bought it a couple of years ago. It doesn't have an SPF. So like on a day like today, when I am home and it is raining outside, you know, I will use something like this. This is what I look like when I'm home. These aren't my pajamas. This is a shirt Jim got me, years ago. So I just wanted you to see what the finish was like on this powder. And I just have a little blush, lipstick, and mascara and eyeliner on. That's all I have on today. But you might be kind of interested in what's up next on my next video. It should be my next video. But it's something from It Cosmetics, and I think it's a real good one. Well, since MaryEllen treated me so fabulously, I decided today to do another giveaway. I bought quite a few things, and I want to give them away. And today, what I'm giving away 2 of the Emily, the Needs palettes. And along with that, I'm giving away the brush set I bought from Eco Tools that I really like. I think it's called the Eye Defining. So I have 2 of the palettes and 2 sets of brushes. So what am I going to have you do today in order to enter? It has to be underneath this video. You have to leave the comment, and just somewhere in the comment section, just use the word best friend, or just friend, either one, friend or best friend, and you will be entered. This will close in 3 days after I've uploaded it. It's international. You have to be 18 years old or older to enter, and if I think of anything else, I'll write it in. It is all good. I want to thank you all so much. Every time I finish a video, I just cannot believe how many people really watch my videos. It just makes me feel blessed, and I am blessed. So anyway, it is all good. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. This was and